All right, music fans, welcome back. Harmless Dave here, talking real music in real time for a few real people out there just like you, right there, and just like me. So we've got a war of words, or a debate back and forth between two guys and two bands that I really don't care all that much about. But I do like one of the guys, because one of the guys is making sense. Yesterday, we heard from Billy Joe Armstrong from the band Green Day, who said that he was going to renounce his American citizenship because of Roe v. Wade, right? And I kind of called the guy out last night. I said, good, go. Nobody ever leaves, right? If they actually pack up and leave and go somewhere else, then, hey, at least they did what they said they were going to do, right? But in the case of Billy Joe, it could be some empty rhetoric. Five Finger Death Punch bass player Chris Cale has called out celebrities who threatened to leave America due to tensions, right? Over politics, ideology, economics, and so many other forces fraying the fabric of our nation. Do we have fabric anymore? Does the nation have fabric? What kind of fabric is it? Is it rayon? Is it polyester? There's not much in that fabric right now. It's unraveling. Yeah, there's no fabric, but I guess you're right. It's fraying, and I have a solution. It's called a divorce. That would be the solution. So the people that want to do all their crazy stuff, right? They want to, continue to lock you down and do all this stuff to you and get you tested every hour. And what else? I mean, there are a number of things. They want, public funded Roe v. Wade. They want you to spend your tax dollars so anybody can go out and do a Roe v. Wade at any moment, no matter what, no matter the reason, no matter what length of time that the baby has been incubating, right? Now people don't seem to care anymore, right? Because life is just disposable and expendable. And we saw that too over the last 2.5 years, how certain lives were expendable, and there was something called collateral damage, which is typically something you hear in a war, that there's collateral damage happening. Anyway, that's the solution to the problem. So the 48-year-old bassist, that's Chris Cale, made his comments just after Green Day's Billy Joe Armstrong said that he was renouncing his American citizenship. He did that while he was over in the UK, by the way. And we all know about Roe v. Wade, and people are flipping out about it. And yes, did we need anything else to polarize the country? No. Do you think even the people who are pro-life, do you think they like this? No, because we sense that something bad is going to happen. We just sense it. We don't know when, how, who, what, where. We don't know any of that stuff, but it just feels like something is going to happen, and it's not going to be good. Anyway, Armstrong, as we reported yesterday, said, F America. I'm effing this and I'm effing that. And this is no effing excuse for a country, blah, blah, blah. He added, oh, I'm not kidding. You're going to get a lot of me in the coming days. Oh boy, can't wait for that. So Cale took to his Twitter, no one cares about anything enough to pack up and move out of the country. It's easy to say on stage, on TV, and on social media, but when's the last time you actually packed your bags for anything longer than a brief vacation and a quick return home? Stop BSing. #USA. Well, that's pretty cool. So got to give him a little bit of credit because he actually said something positive. Now, the article goes on to talk about the 2016 election and Donald Trump for some reason. All of this always goes back to Trump. Like, I don't understand, because a lot of people liked Trump, right? This isn't like an 80-20 thing. Like the guy who won, supposedly, right? And I say supposedly, and I should put that word somewhere else. I'm not questioning anything, because you can't question anything. But okay, it was pretty close. If you want to believe what happened, it was pretty close. So rather than respecting the people who disagree with you, all these guys, and it's all the celebrity types, it's all the people who are in the media constantly yapping all day long about how evil Donald Trump was or is, right? So I liked Donald Trump. Here's why I like Donald Trump, because I paid $1.87 a gallon for gas. Okay, that's a first big one, right? There wasn't out of control, crazy inflation under Donald Trump. Okay, since they went here, that's why I'm going here with them, because every time you see an article where there's a disagreement between somebody who's crazy, who should live in Seattle, right, and who should then just say, you know what, Seattle needs to be its own territory. And I think it was for a brief time, right? Wasn't it like the Chaz Chop zone for a while? I mean, they should have kept it that way and said, hey, if you want to move to Crazy Town, come on in, right? And we're basically our own territory, our own country now. And the people who want to get the heck out, like say the people on the eastern part of Washington or Oregon who want to basically join Idaho, and that's a real thing, by the way, I'm not making that up, that should be allowed to happen. Basically, the way the Constitution is written is if things get this bad, which they are this bad, then you have the right to blow it up and do it all over again. Let the people who want to do crazy go to their place and do crazy. And then you, as a sovereign human being, can say, you know what, I don't want to participate in the crazy. Like the last 2.5 years, it was very difficult not to participate in the crazy for the last 2.5 years, but I've managed to do it. And I know some people who are very happy that they did it. They feel much better about life and they don't believe what the narrative is. Even this morning, I'm listening to, if you do X, you're so many times less likely to have Y. And I'm just laughing because I know none of that stuff is true. And it hasn't been true. And it's just sad to watch that people are not willing to kind of do their own homework on this. But we all know that that's not something the mainstream media wants you to do. Newspapers have said, please don't do your own homework. So anyway, I went off on a tangent because that's what the article does. It does the cut and paste. Let's talk about Donald Trump for some reason. I don't understand why. People keep saying, you know, if Trump gets elected again, and I don't know if he will, I don't know. There are some reasons why he might not. But just for example, if he did, would people leave the country? I don't know. First of all, you don't understand the Constitution and how your state government works. So if you live in Florida, it's much different than living in Rhode Island. It's way different, right? Rhode Island wants to tax people whose children aren't protected against the thing using the Walgreens method. Seriously, they want to tax people. You didn't do this? Well, we're going to raise your taxes, right? In Florida, on the other hand, they have decided that they're not going to get the new elixir, we'll call it that, for the babies, that they're not interested in purchasing any. You know, the hospitals or whoever, they can do it independently, but the state isn't going to stockpile this stuff. Why? Because they made a decision. That's why, and I think it's a good decision. But anyway, the article goes on, which at the beginning, this was supposed to be about Roe v. Wade, but now it's just degenerated into talking about Donald Trump and I don't know. So anyway, I just think this tweet is great. No one cares about anything enough to pack up and move out of the country. It's easy to say on stage, but yeah, you're probably not going to do it. So again, my hats off to this guy, Kale. Was it Chris Kale, right? In the band Five Finger Death Punch. Neither one of these bands, Green Day or Five Finger Death Punch, really interest me all that much. But I am interested in the people in these bands, especially if they're saying intelligent, coherent, decent, common sense type things. It gets so tedious. I mean, what? Are you going to, just lose your lunch because somebody has decided that they're going to leave America? Are you going to be mentally unstable going forward because some guy from a has-been rock band has decided to leave? I mean, it would be cool if they actually left, because then you could say, look, they actually left. Good for them. At least they're sticking by their principles. Whereas every time something bad that they don't like happens, they stay. They don't leave. So it would be newsworthy if they actually left, but we can only hope, right? All right, people, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Oh, new music alert from a band that I promoted earlier this year. I figured since I was talking about two bands that I'm really not that interested in, I'd throw this out there. City of Lights, right? This came out early this year, and I really, truly enjoyed this album. Melodic rock, a lead vocalist who can actually sing, great melodies. Before the Sun Sets, that's the name of this album, and it's courtesy of Frontiers Music. It's a project band for sure. You're probably not going to see this on tour, but it is definitely listenable and should be added to your collection if you like, like Whitesnake or Foreigner, that kind of stuff. It's really good, and you should check it out. Anyway, one more time, City of Lights, right? Before the Sun Sets. It's a really interesting story about the title of this, and I had an interview long time ago, which I think if you Google, you might be able to find it. Maybe don't use Google. Maybe use a different method. I don't know. I'll see if I can repost that interview or find the title of it, and then I will put it in the description of this particular video. In the meantime, folks, thanks for watching, and I will see you soon.